shoot. Alright. Go and we'll do some EndWalker. Mike is supposed to be joining, but I think he's still sleeping. So we'll see. Um, that looks fine. Okay, so let's see. We were at the Great Serpent of Ronka. Okay, so it looks like we got pretty much all of that done. Let's. I think I need to go clear out some space real quick. At least of weapons. Hey, Morris, you going to be lurky turkey while you're at work? Sounds good, man. So let's see. I need some glamour prisms. Then let's go over to the room where we can go do the glamour crap at. Mm -mm. And let's see, toy orchestra. There we go. I always gotta remember how to do this. Yeah, just like that. Yes. Okay. And then that one, that one, and that one, that one, that one. See, part of the problem is you have to hold all this crap in your inventory because they're for your other classes. I'm just gonna put these in there too. I don't think it'll do stuff that you're actually got set up. Why can't I do those? Okay, whatever. So we got those put in there at least. None? What about these things? Hey, Arya. Sounds good. Well, let's interest that, and that, and that. Okay. I was hoping to do that dungeon with Mike, but I don't think that's going to happen because I think he's still sleeping. Everything's repaired. Not right now. I'm gonna be making some changes soon anyways to things and probably look into it more. Probably do that off stream and stuff. Because the part of what I'm doing for the changes, it looks like it makes so I can adjust audio stuff too, so it'll be all changing soon, probably. Let's see. Let's. Huh? What's this? I don't know. So I'm looking for the puppet's bunker. It's a raid. Da, 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 da. let's do... Yeah, let's just start trying to find people. More than 30 minutes? Oh my goodness, hopefully not. I don't have anything to do while I was waiting on that. Holy smokes. More than 30 minutes? That's gotta be a joke, right? If it's going to be more than 30 minutes, that's going to take forever. Might as well play something else at that point. We'll give it a few minutes here and see what happens, and then go from there, I guess. I don't have any missions I could do either. And what sucks is this is one thing I really don't like about Final Fantasy is you have to be in your class that you're going to be in the dungeon for it. So I can't go do things like mining or anything like that. I have to be a paladin. I can't go do blacksmithing. I can't go do mining. I can't go do lumber. And I don't have any missions I could do. Because I literally did them all last time to hopefully be able to do this with Mike and get it done and stuff like that. Yeah. Haven't played Final Fantasy since that was Final Fantasy 8. Well, 14 is different because it's a completely different setup, you know. Where you have it, Final Fantasies, you know, most of them are turn-based and stuff like that. But this is a, you know, an MMO. So it plays completely different because you can be different classes and stuff like that. Why is in other Final Fantasies you're one character for the most part, and then you have your teammates. God, more than 30 minutes. I've never seen one say that. I've never seen it say that average wait time is going to be more than 30 minutes. Never seen it. Because I'm playing as a tank, and so typically I can find that quickly. Like I've seen it say like 12 minutes, but I've never seen it say 30 or in this case more than 30. So that really is concerning to be honest. See if we can figure out anything to do. Can I fly here? I can. You know, I think it's been a bit since I've done Manderville. Maybe I should look up and see where the next part of the Manderville quest is. I'm looking up the wrong one. God damn it. I just realized that. I'm like, wait, this is incorrect. I don't want that one. I want Vansparcy. This is the one I want. Okay, that looks way better. I totally was looking for the wrong grade. Because it put the one I did at the top there. Or the last one I did at top. So hopefully that goes a lot quicker. This was a mount I got in was it? I think it was Shadowbringers. You get it from doing some quests in when you're working on getting Lord Hine back. That's what it is when you get it. Well, let's go see if we can find these. Um, Aetherite or Ether Compass. You know, go see if we can find these Ether Winds while we're waiting. Got a feeling it's in this area. This area must be still part of what's coming up. Let's go explore it. Why not? Not doing anything else while we're waiting here. Gotcha. My favorite mount that I've gotten so far personally is my dragon. But I have it so that way it does it randomly which one I get. That way it gives me a little bit of variety. from there. I really have no idea how we're supposed to get there. Oh, I bet we get done with doing this, and I bet the area is this area. I bet that's what it is. So far, no one's joined. So I might end up doing this with NPCs since I can. Let's just head back. There's not going to be a way to get there. Because that area up there, the joining area, is going to the big city. So we'll just head back. And then, if I still haven't found a group by then, we'll just do it with NPCs and call it good. Choppity chop chop. Yeah, Morris had a pretty good session last night, though. I had some really good games. I actually had some games that I was kind of like the bad part of it, but we won still. Um, and my teammates just kind of pulled me out of it. So that was nice. It was a little change of pace there. But yeah, I started off going 1-2 last night, and then I went on a 6-game win streak. Yeah, went on a 6-game win streak after that, after going 1-2, and then I lost a game, and then I won another few games, I think it was, and then lost another one. I was like, okay, that's the sign to get off. So I was actually within, I think, a game, maybe 2 games of going to Gold 3. And I did look it up. We should be able to play with each other now. Alright, we have found no one. It says less than 5 minutes, and we're at almost 7. So we'll just go ahead and do it with NPCs. Yeah, that works. Comments? Save us! Oh, I totally did not even realize that there was other things here. With the NPCs, unfortunately, gotta go slower than I really would like. Because, you know, they're not designed to just run through it. But then you also don't really have to worry about them. And they'll teach you kind of how you can what to do on the bosses, because they will start moving before the boss even gives hints. So that's kind of nice.
My friends, heed me. These are children of Thavner. Forgive me. I could do them no
But it's kind of easier with them because you don't really have to worry about them because they'll just do their thing and they'll make sure to heal as much as they can and stuff. But you can't die, which I mean usually isn't a big problem as long as you do all the mechanics correctly. Honestly, I don't do much damage being a tank.
If this is the only way,
Is this the only way?
I shall silence the beasts of the air. Pray continue onward.
Okay. Well, stop talking so damn slow. This woods is on fire. I should say, I don't really know if you can do more, but I'm going to guess probably not. Because the NPCs just don't do damage. They typically do fine healing, but I'm also only, you know, grabbing a few here and there. But when it comes to regular monsters, they're kind of dumb. It's too late. It's too late for us all. No. Ew, he's ugly. What the heck? See how they started moving before they even showed what they were doing. Ew, got it.
What is this vile presence I sense?
Vile presence, no!
Draweth near. Be on your guard.
No, not her! No! Oh, dear goodness. Ow. These guys hurt. If you get a chance, Arya, there was a bot that entered. Slowly making our way through here. It's like the race of the tortoise and the hare right now with this. Thank you. So far, the mechanics aren't too hard on most of these so far. Doesn't mean it won't change though. Another one bites the dust. Bum, 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 bum. Another one bites the dust. Another one comes, another one goes, another one bites the dust. I don't know. Random. I don't care. It's definitely not as fun doing these without someone, but to progress in the story, I have to just continue on, and I didn't feel like waiting for a bunch of randoms after it took 7 minutes not even finding one person. It probably would have just found someone quickly after that, because, it goes in order when you do these sort of things. But I'd rather just move on. Arrive in Dawitagara. That's what you keep saying, Alpha Node. I mean, so far it's true, but you don't need to keep saying it. You already told them. It's gotta be whenever he's doing a certain spell or something. I did it. Time for the boss of this area. There's gonna be one tricky mechanics in this one. It's gonna be whoever we're gonna face here. The mouthy dragon. The weird mouthy dragon. Jesus, that's kind of creepy. His neck is literally made out of mouths. Blasphemy. Sir Bahnu? Uh-huh, uh-huh. Right. Are you related to the Great Serpent of Ronka? They're all in blue. Okay. Ba, 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 ba. Almost messed that one up. Give myself a little bit of healing. Nailed it. The great neck mouth serpent is dead. Mm-hmm. It apparently talks.
As I feared. What is it? The beast was there, and now it is no more. Yes?
Indeed. We saw it plain. But you didn't, did you?
I saw nothing. Not the blasphemy that perished here, nor the other men turned beasts. And because of this, I now see all too well. There is no ether. Where the creatures should be, I saw naught but emptiness.
Emptiness? But that would mean...
Recall the words of the Watcher. 'Twas a stagnancy of ether, a cessation of flow, leading to decay and absence, that led the ancients to conclude their star was dying. This is the same phenomenon. The instant these people are seized by the transformation, their ether begins to rot and crumble away like dried mud. Until, from their corporeal forms to their very souls, naught remains.
But the beast spoke with its dying breath. Surely at least a sliver of the man it was endured.
Mayhap so. But even if the process was incomplete, it was little more than a faint residue.
Gods be good. You're saying they cannot be saved?
Not by any means known to me. Or by any means at all, it is not. For there is naught left to save.
They return not even to the ethereal sea.
The beasts rage on, their hunger insatiable. Even deprived of their master, they perpetuate his legacy of hate. Once proud sons and daughters of Thavnir, all of them, and now I spill their blood.
Vitra, my friends, I am heartened to see you safe. You put your secret at risk. Those closest to me already know the truth. A truth I must now share with one and all. Vitra, calamity has come to Radzatan. Our fair nation is rent by screams of pain and despair. More than ever, we require a strong leader to shepherd us through the storm. Reveal your true self to our people, Vitra, and guide us to salvation.
What madness is this, Ahewan? Thou dost forget thyself. Were we to reveal our duplicity, it would do naught but foster confusion and chaos. Nay, I shall remain the Satrap's loyal ally and do battle with the beasts. Easing hearts and leading the people to safety is thy task, and thine alone. I ask that you remain at Ahewan's side, and render unto him what aid you may. I know not what lies ahead, but without you, Ra-Zetan will not survive.
Take me with you. I am as at home fighting in the air as I am on land. Take me with you.
Were my words unclear? I require no assistance. Thy place is at Ahewan's side.
Estinian, here. The last thing you ever wanted. A link pearl. We'd gain much from knowing your elevated perspective. And it'll keep you from getting lonely, which I know you loathe.
You heard the man. Seems I'm coming with you after all.
Then I pray thy grip is iron. Be it on thy head if thou dost chance to fall.
Fair enough. Now, shall we? I fear it is as Vitra says. We will not survive this on our own. While I am loath to impose upon you again.
I would insist if you did not. 'Tis the very reason we have come.
Then once more I find myself without words to thank you properly. Let us return to the capital and plan our next course of action.
Okay. Our radiant host has eliminated the immediate threat to the city, though it pains me to note these beasts were once my own people. There is no telling when or where the next transformation might occur. We must remain vigilant and steel ourselves for whatever is yet to come. Don't care about dies. Forgive me, my friends, but I must return to Magaduta for the time being. There I can better manage this crisis and dispatch my troops as the situation demands. In that case, we shall carry out our investigation of our own here in the city. Mayhap the residents can tell us more about the first of the transformations and the conditions under which it occurred. If we can ascertain what exactly triggered these tragic events, it may give us some insight as to a possible solution. Time is its essence. Let us split into 3 groups that we may cover more ground. Elise and I will see to Parkis's path. Thancred and shall pray make for Dharma. leave Artha to Grahara and you, Logan. Any information you can gather on the first blasphemy or manifestation of the final days here in the city would be most helpful. When we have completed our respective inquiries, let us reconvene in front of Magduta that we may share what we've learned with this stat rap. Probably got about 20 more minutes before the family gets home. Shall we be off then? Athena is home to the High Crucible of Alchemet, whose alchemist forged many of our warding scales. That seems a good place as any to begin our investigation, don't you think? I speak briefly to Nudine, the chief alchemist there, and on our last visit. He should be happy to answer our queries. Will let us do this Ithrite crystal yet? Nope. Lame. Ah, I remember these red eyes. You're the with the scions who commissioned the scales from us, yes? I welcome you back to the High Crucible. What brings you here in these troubling times? We're assisting in a stat trap, in an investigation of the crisis that plagues the city. Did you happen to catch sight of any of the creatures? I did. As I was going about my work, I was disturbed by crashing footsteps so powerful that the very ground shook. I rushed outside and could not believe what I beheld. The night sky was burning. Suddenly, I heard panicked screams coming from the direction of Balshain Balzar. In the next instant, a monstrous beast poked its head out of the mist the stalls. A handful of Radiant rushed to the scene, only to be sent sprawling as the fiend and its minions propelled themselves skyward. So the blasphemy came from the vicinity of the Marcus. This knowledge may prove useful. I thank you for sharing your tale. Well, I do believe we now know where we should inquire next. To the bazaar, then. Forgive me, but my shop's closed until further notice. Needless to say, we've more pressing concerns these days. We have come not in search of wares, but information concerning the enormous fiend that tore through the bazaar. Did you perchance witness anything? I'm afraid not, my friend. I was here the whole time, so I only saw its little minions. Made a mess of the place, they did. While that was all going on, the great big one tore through the west side of the bazaar. You better luck asking there. To the other side. Is that the matter, traveler? If you're lost, perhaps I could be of assistance. The offer is most appreciated. We are not lost, but we are in need of information. Might you know anything about the gargantuan beast that rampaged through the bazaar? Aye, I saw it all, though I wish I had not. I was going about my work when all of a sudden a piercing scream cut through the air. I turned around and there was a fiend, his massive body bursting through that entryway with the force of a tidal wave, and then it was gone as quickly as it came. Sisters have mercy. What is happening to the world? What am I to do? Is nowhere safe? Settle down, friend. The danger has passed, at least for now. If it's not too painful to remember, can you tell us what you saw? First, I heard the screams. Then a horde of ravaging beasts came charging towards us. One of them was huge, bigger than a mare, throwing people about like rag dolls, and it was eating them. I hid under the counter, saw others do the same. But the shrieking and wailing kept getting louder, more voices in the throng, beasts or victims, I couldn't tell. I knew not what was happening. I still don't. That is enough, my good man. You were brave to share with us your tale. Many of your fellow merchants are safe. The High Crucible, too, has survived, most unscathed. Pray stay close to your friends and loved ones, and rest your body and mind while you are able. I suspect that is the most we can expect the people here to tell us. I think it's best we find a place outside the bazaar where we might rest and review our findings. Judging by their accounts, the transformation already occurred by the time the beast reached the bazaar. It tore through the west side of the bazaar and headed toward the Aetheryte Plaza. In other words, the blasphemy may have first appeared in this vicinity. That being the case, the people in the Mayheim can surely tell us more. Did I already do this one? I did not. Going after that enormous beast, are you? Aye, I saw it, including the very instant that pork bastard transformed. Damn the gods for putting me there. It started over there by the window. A few men, merchants probably, talking and drinking. Conversations must have turned for the worse. Next thing I knew, no, their leader, I suppose he was, buries his head in his hands and a black mist was swirling about him. Then his whole body burst apart and there stands a hideous, slavering beast. Massive and foul, all gaping maws and bulging eyes. His friends start shrieking, then the black mist comes again until the change takes them too. The stuff of nightmares, I tell you. Nightmares indeed. Incidentally, do you perchance know who those merchants were? No, I'm a decorated by trade, not much cause to mingle with their sort. Saw Mithiel, the barmaid, chatting with them, though. She might know something. Let me talk to this person first, apparently. Even after repairing all that damage, it'll take a while for business to pick up again. You mean the blasphemy? That's what the Radiant have been calling it anyway. I saw it too. We all did. We were standing here at the counter as Mary poured me a drink, when suddenly there came this dreadful sound, like a pained, angry groan. It was unlike anything I've ever heard. I turned around in shock, and from an enormous cloud of black mist rose the creatures, enormous and ghastly to behold. As for what happened next, to recall sends shiver up my spine. By some stroke of fortune, I was able to slip outside before the beast got its claws on me. But the sight that greeted me offered no solace. The blue sky turned red as blood. Myriad is myself and other survivors clung to each other for dear life until the radiant host came to our aid. Wait, did I hear you correctly? The beast manifest before the sky began to burn? I'm certain of it. The windows here offer a clear view of the sky, and I saw nothing out of the ordinary until the beast appeared and began to rage. I still have no idea what these are for. Look it up real quick. Oh, okay. Huh. Go look at points. Oh, hello there. Welcome to Marhaj Mahim. What can we get you? We're going not for liberations, but rather for information. Yarmri Heel, yes? We're investigating the so-called blasphemy on the Stat Trap's behalf. We hear it was one of your customers, a merchant, that first underwent the transformation. What can you tell us about him? He was something of a regular here, especially of late. Kazil was his name. He ran his own custodium, dealing primarily in exports of the Nervarian specialties. It definitely rings a bell. Kind of think of it. Didn't you meet a Kazil when you first came to Thamvir? If I recall correctly, he ran a trading operation in Yeldamade, as though him that the Scions were acquainted with the fisherman Messiah. Yes, that's the same Kazil, no doubt. A rather successful man, from what I gather. That said, it was clear that he had fallen on hard times of late. Those ghastly towers popping up everywhere cannot have been good for business. Even now, with the towers gone, the collapse of the empire has led to all sorts of problems elsewhere. The market for luxuries is surely not what it once was. Trying times for the head of trading historium indeed. Kazil was a compassionate man. Even as his own business suffered, he did what he could to provide for the artisans, fishermen, and many others who counted on him to sell their wares. Indeed, that was the very topic of yesterday's meeting, as far as I could hear, yet as they discussed matters further, Kazil's tone grew grave and grim. It was then that forgive me, I will not recall your memory if it brings you pain. If I could, I would ask you just one more thing. Did you notice anything unusual about Kazil in particular? Please, anything at all? Sorry, nothing springs to mind. Perhaps someone else can help you. Kazil lived for a war, and he had no family that I know of. His employees and associates knew him best, but they too are lost to us. Still, perhaps his neighbors know something I do not. I can direct you to them. If you believe it would help, what do you say? Kazil made his home in Kama, a nearby residential area. From what I gather, Kazil lived there since childhood and was known throughout the neighborhood. Kama, the name is new to me. How do we get there? Alright, down some directions. I cannot promise that you'll find what you seek there, but if nothing else, it is a start. Come, let us see where this lead takes us. And this must be Kama. We arrived at last. Let us begin questioning the residents without delay. No doubt someone here can tell us more about Kazil. Given recent events, I imagine many are taking shelter indoors. Kazil, you say, yes, I've known since he was a boy. If there was ever a man who was born to be a merchant, it was him. Always early to depart and late to return. He spent his days procuring the finest wares and seeking out willing customers. You could say it came to him as easy as breathing. Sadly, business was flagging of late. No surprise, really, with how dangerous travel has become. He was cooped up in his house from dawn till dusk the other day, no doubt racking his brain for a way to turn his fortunes around. Then at night I heard the door open. I looked out to see Kazil sitting on a bench, his head hung low, a man with the weight of the world on his shoulders. I see, this situation must have been quite dire indeed. Did you notice anything else out of the ordinary? Nothing to speak of, other than the troubles with his consortium. He was some old Kazil, cordial and honest, like always. These questions you're asking had something to do happen to him? He wasn't caught up in that terrible incident at the bazaar, was he? I don't travel much these days, but my daughters told me not to venture outside. Stuck in here as I am, I've heard little about the bizarre going-ons. Rest assured the city is safe now, but the situation may change without warning. I urge you stay close to your daughter and prepare to take refuge should this stat rat order it. Like how they kind of left her question unanswered. Hmm. Can you come back another time? I just woke up and I'm not exactly in the mood for idle chit chat. Well, that's one way to avoid the panic, I suppose. Pardon our intrusion. You may not have noticed, but a great danger has come to Tanvir. I encourage you to stay alert and prepare to flee the city should the situation turn dire. But before we leave you in peace, pray allow us to ask a question or two. Did you know a local merchant named Kazil? If so, did you notice anything unusual about him recently? Kazil? Ah, I know him. In fact, we spoke just the other day. Like many others, his business was doing poorly. Still, it seemed as though he managed to turn things around thanks to generous order from Rahidi Fibers. Why, he was particularly dancing in the streets. I haven't spoken to him since, but I assume it all went well. The Dinja Batha might be able to tell you more, though. As I recall, he was the one who brokered the arrangement. Dinja Bahara at River Fibers? That sounds promising. And hurry, I say, there's no time to waste. Pardon me, but are you in charge of buying and selling here? Yes? We have a few questions that we'd like to. I'm sorry, but I suddenly don't have time to chat. If you haven't noticed, we have our hands full at the moment. We must carry all of our wares and equipment to safety before these accursed beasts return. In that case, might we be of assistance? Perhaps we could speak when the job is done. Very well. You can start by helping us move our equipment. Ask others what to put where. And you can carry our fabrics. Go through that door and speak with Kamala. She'll tell you the rest. Remember, these textiles are a livelihood. Handle them with care. Look at that lookout. Now that I know what to do. Try to, anyways. The area is for employees only. Out! Out! What's this? You come to help? Oh, praise be to Endurva? Kind stranger, I welcome your assistance. On your way here, you pass 3 storehouses, yes? I'd like you to carry the small crate to Neferfarl by the storehouse near the hatchery. The crate clothing is for Manhua, and that massive crate there goes to Zemir by the middle storehouse. Watch your back with that one. These are all crates we have ready. Once you've been delivered, consider your work here complete. I don't wanna. Right there. So where is it? Then you come to the right place. We thank you for your aid. Really? If you have any crates of finished products such as carpets, clothing, and the like, pray bring them here to our primary storehouse. A crate full of clothing, is it? I can take that off your hands. Many thanks for the delivery. Thanks for all the likes over there on TikTok, Aria. I say you're quite the brawny one, aren't you? A good thing that never know when you'll need to defend yourself from in these unpredictable times. A crate full of fabrics is it exactly what I was hoping to receive. Here, let me put that away for you. You carried all the crates to the storehouses, you say? And so quickly, too. Why, I've never seen anyone so strong. I and my associates will see to the rest, so please return to Dinjbadha and assure him our work is proceeding at pace. To tell the truth, we're grateful for this distraction. Too many terrible happenings of late, but the generous souls like yourself give me hope that we may emerge from this trial even stronger. I pray we meet again in more peaceful times. Done as I asked, have you? If Kamala is satisfied with your work, then so am I. You have done us a great favor, traveler. I too had delivered the instruments and apparatus entrusted to me. You both have my thanks. With our wares safely stored away, we'll not lose any more of those fiends. I take it that your establishment did not escape the attack unscathed. We did not. Thankfully, most of our workers had already left for the day, but those of us still here saw it all. We looked to the burning skies and the confusion, and then before we could even begin to make sense of it, a hideous creature burst through the doors shrieking. We ran for our lives, but one of my colleagues was not so fortunate. He cried out a scream of such agony, such terror, and in the next instant he too sprouted fearsome claws. The sight of it caused another fellow to panic, and then he too transformed. I'm sorry, there was something you wanted to ask? Indeed, you knew the merchant Kazil, did you not? I believe he has some dealings with your establishment. Kazil? I know him well. We've arranged for his consortium to deliver a large shipment of fabrics, but in the end we received a better offer and had to turn him down. I understand his business is struggling, but so is ours. Another of our most relatable trading partners agreed to transport the goods for a much smaller commission, and we'd have been fools to refuse. I felt terrible for withdrawing the offer, but you must understand, we simply had no choice. He tried to put on a brave face when I delivered the news, but his dejection and despair were plain as day. He said he'd discuss it with his associates, but I could tell he'd all but given up hope. Dejection and despair. Remember what we saw in Vesperti? Yes, soldiers and jungle dwellers pushed to the very brink, turning into beasts one after the next. It was seen that the same phenomenon occurred here, the poor craftsmen attacked by fiends, as well as those that witnessed it, all undergoing the change. I suspect that everything began with Kazil. By all accounts, it was he who suffered the most profound and piercing despair. Wait, could that be it? That such intense emotions were the triggering of his transformation? Much remains unclear, but I believe we are drawing close to an answer at any rate. We must discuss our findings with the others. Hi on YouTube! We were to reconvene with the others in front of Magaduta, were we not? That should be just outside. With any luck, they'll have already returned from their own investigations. My friend, we must take our leave. I pray that your establishment is spared any further tragedy. But remember, your lives are far more precious than any wares. If you are ordered to flee, do so without hesitation. Indeed, I thank you for your concern and pray you to take care as well. And on kick. Just kicking it everywhere. Got it. Nailed it. I am about to get off here, though. The family has returned. And I'm getting hungry. It's lunchtime after all.
There you are. You've spoken with the survivors.
Indeed. We thought to share what we have gleaned, that we might together gain a greater understanding of present circumstances. Fortuitous timing. Alize and I completed our own investigations not long ago.
Then we should take a moment to compare notes. Shall we begin with the two of you?
Thanks, Arya. Yeah, after this cutscene, I'll probably be getting it off.
So the merchant Karzal was gravely concerned about his business in the days preceding his untimely end.
The tales we heard were much the same. The first victims to be changed into blasphemies were all overcome with anguish of one manner or another. Then those who saw their loved ones stolen before their eyes succumbed to a similar panic, setting in motion a chain of transformations.
Fear, unease, despair. These negative feelings serve as a catalyst.
If so, then it is not unlike the calamity that befell the ancients. With their creation magics, they unwittingly gave form to untold horrors. Had they simply lost control, surely it would have
Yep,
manifested
definitely
in
not to get
many
off. I
forms,
can hear the
not
kids
all
just
of them
fighting Erica
monstrous.
with everything.
Yet somehow, this phenomenon is triggered solely by the darkness in their hearts, a common thread with what we now witness.
Common, but not identical. While the beasts the ancients faced were forged with magic alone, those of today are born of sentient beings. Why remains to be seen. But there is one fundamental difference between us and our predecessors. Our souls are sundered, whereas theirs were not. Perhaps that single variable makes all the difference.
If I may, there was another detail that troubled me. We have it on good authority that Karl Zahl's transformation took place before the skies began to burn.
What? If that's true, then the situation's more dire than we realized. It means even if there's no ominous sign presaging the final days, anyone, anywhere, has the potential to become a beast. Even in lands we thought safe, even as we speak.
Look! It's the satrap! The satrap!
Thank the heavens!
My countrymen, I am relieved and heartened to see you strong and safe. While the danger has not yet passed, far from it, allow me to assure you that the beasts that raged within the city walls have been exterminated to the last. Outside this sanctuary, the brave men and women of the Radiant Host and our dragon ally continue to battle our unholy foes. I pray these tidings put your minds at ease and help you calm your hearts. Have faith that we shall soon conquer this terrible trial.
Your Excellency, is there any word from Balaga's stand? My grandson was bound for there yesterday, and I worry for his life.
We are still awaiting a report, but I promise you, as soon as I have aught to share.
Your Excellency, I bring grave news.
You are?
I'm Matsya of Akyali, a humble fisherman. Ah, I remember you from our first visit. Wait, you're... But no,
That can wait. When the skies turned red, I set off for Balaka's stand, fearing for the safety of a friend. But as I drew near the village, I saw dreadful beasts all about.
No! Gods have mercy! Your Excellency! Save my grandson, I beg of you!
We will spare no effort to save all we can, but you must remain calm.
Calm? You tell me to be calm? You saw those beasts? They tore our bravest warriors limb from limb! What if we are too late, huh? They catch him, sink their fangs into him? The fangs! The screams!
Get away from her, now!
Damn it! We've got to kill them before it spreads.
We'll handle this. See the townspeople to safety.
Run as fast as you can! Vitra, our people, you must save them. My son,
Enough! You must run. For their sake and your own. Yes, you will survive. You must. Be strong, my friends! Fear not, for we will defeat these abominations!
and women of the Radiant Host, lend your Stola and Thancred your aid. Let not a single beast escape. The rest of you, flee this place. Carry the wounded if you must. Head indoors or underground. Above all, stay calm. No beast will follow you. We will see to that.
Alphino! Alice! Leave the city to us, and make for Palaka's stand at once! Matsya, show my friends to the village. I promise you, they're more capable than the host's finest.
Right. Go with them, will you? We will save these people. As many as we can.
All right. So we will call it there. Remember, like, follow, subscribe, YouTube, Kick, Twitch, and TikTok. I'm gonna go ahead and end the TikTok stream here.